You're wearing a little bow tie.
It's a big day, Beau.
It is. 250 years. You don't look a day over 249.
America turned 250 this month. And for once, Beau, the story's mine.
It's your birthday. I'll carry the coffee. You carry the show. But I'm warning you now, I came with a few family photos you've forgotten about.
Why do I feel like I'm about to get roasted at my own party? So here's the milestone. July 4th, 2026, America marked 250 years since the Declaration of Independence. The Semiquincentennial, if you want to sprain your tongue on it. America 250.
And it's not just the one day.
Nope, it's a whole year. Parades, ceremonies, reenactments, celebrations in all 50 states. Philadelphia where it started. Every little town with a bandstand.
Take me back to the beginning of it. The actual beginning.
1776. 13 colonies, done being colonies. A single sheet of parchment, 56 signatures, and a sentence that changed the shape of the world. That all men are created equal, with rights nobody can take. It was audacious, it was unfinished, and it was the start of the whole American experiment.
It's a beautiful story, Earl. Genuinely, one of the great stories.
Hear a but coming.
Not a but, a before. Because there's a chapter of that founding that's got a maple leaf on it, and your history books tend to skip it. When you fellows started the revolution, you didn't want 13 colonies, Earl. You wanted 14.
Go on.
1775. The Continental Army marched north, into Canada. 2 columns, one took Montreal. The other cut through the Maine wilderness in winter to reach Quebec City. The plan was to make Canada the 14th colony.
By force.
By force. On the last night of 1775, in a snowstorm, they stormed the walls of Quebec. It went badly. Your General Montgomery was killed. A young officer named Benedict Arnold took a musket ball to the leg.
Benedict Arnold. Before he was a byword for a traitor, he was a hero bleeding in the snow outside Quebec.
And here's the part that gets me. It wasn't only muskets. When you wrote the Articles of Confederation, your first constitution, there was a clause in it. Article 11. It said Canada could join the Union automatically anytime it wanted. No vote required. Every other colony needed approval. Canada had a standing invitation, pre-signed.
We left the door open for you, in writing.
Wide open. And Canada looked at the whole thing and politely said, "No, thank you."
Most Canadian answer to a revolution in history.
"We're flattered. We're good, though. Enjoy the war."
Okay, so we invited you, we invaded you, you said no. Where's the part that gets you?
Here. Because when you won your revolution, Earl, when the war ended in 1783, there were tens of thousands of people living in your new country who'd stayed loyal to the crown. The Loyalists, and suddenly they were on the wrong side of a new nation.
So they left.
As many as 50,000 of them, packed up and headed north, into what was still British territory. They founded New Brunswick, they flooded into the St. Lawrence, and in 1791 the British carved out a brand new province just to hold them all.
What province?
Upper Canada, Earl, which today we call Ontario. Right here, where I'm sitting. Oshawa, Durham region. This whole province exists because your revolution sent 40,000 Americans looking for a new home under a different flag. English-speaking Canada was, in a real way, founded by the people who lost your war.
So the same revolution that made us.
Made us too. Your birthday, Earl, is Canada's origin story with the lights turned the other way. You didn't just declare independence. You accidentally built the neighbor you'd spend the next 2 centuries arguing with.
Happy birthday to me. Here's a whole country you didn't know you delivered.
You're welcome. We turned out lovely.
All right, but it wasn't all polite refusals and moving trucks. We went at it again.
Oh, we did. 1812. You declared war and marched north a second time. It's still trying to fold Canada in.
And in 1813, American troops crossed the lake, took your capital, York, which is now Toronto, and burned the public buildings to the ground.
A year later, Earl, the British and Canadians marched into Washington and burned your public buildings right back, including the White House. They say the president's wife saved a portrait of George Washington on her way out the door.
We each set fire to the other's capital city. That's not a rivalry, Beau. That's family.
And here's a birthday nugget for you. Your national anthem was born in that war. The Star-Spangled Banner. a lawyer watching a British fleet bombard a fort in Baltimore, scribbling a poem by the light of the shelling.
Our anthem is a song about surviving a night of British cannon fire during the war with your side.
Two young countries, Earl, barely out of the cradle, swinging at each other over a fence they hadn't finished building.
How does a story that starts with 2 invasions and 2 burning capitals turn into us?
Slowly and on purpose. That same border you tried to erase twice, it became the longest undefended border on the face of the earth. Nearly 9,000 kilometers, no wall, no army, just a line and a handshake, and 2 centuries of choosing not to.
From a war zone to the quietest border in the world.
And think about the birthdays, Earl. You're 250. Canada didn't even become a country until 1867. So we're barely past 150. When you turned 100, we didn't exist yet.
So I'm the big brother.
You're the older sibling who set the house on fire, yes, and then grew up and became the best friend the younger one ever had. Most of the time.
Most of the time.
We've spent this whole show, week after week, on the arguments. Trade, a bridge, tariffs, smoke. And every one of those fights only makes sense because of how tangled up we've been since the very beginning. Since before there even was a Canada. Now, Earl, I'd be a liar if I sat here in a bow tie and pretended this was a normal week to be handing out birthday cards.
It has been a week.
Your president just put 50% tariffs on a stack of what we sell you. Wine, cement, even hockey sticks. And a few days later, another 10% on top on dozens of countries, us included. Our premiers spent the week in Charlottetown working out how hard to hit back. American whiskey is still off the shelves in most of this country. And one of our premiers asked your embassy to take Canada's friendship message off your own birthday website.
Off the birthday website?
Off the birthday website.
That's a hell of a thing to read on your 250th, Beau.
It is, and I'm not going to stand here and tell you he was wrong to be angry. A lot of Canadians are angry right now, and they've got their reasons. I'm not papering over that to make a nice segment.
Wouldn't want you to. And I'll say my part. I know it doesn't feel like friendship from where you're sitting this month.
But here's why I'm still raising a mug. 250 years ago, you marched an army into Quebec to take us by force. 213 years ago, you burned our capital to the ground. A year after that, we burned yours.
We've had worse weeks.
We have had considerably worse weeks. A tariff is not a musket, Earl.
No, it surely is not.
So the birthday card stands. Not because this week was good, because the 250 years were.
So here's the honest version of my own birthday, Beau. America turned 250. It's a real milestone. A 250 years of a country still arguing with itself about how to live up to a sentence it wrote in 1776. That's the American project. Still unfinished. Still worth it.
And from the Canadian side, no ribbing now, it's worth saying plainly. That revolution didn't just make a country, it made a continent. It made you, and by pushing us north, it made us. Every argument we've ever had on this show is a family argument, and you don't get the family without the founding.
250 years, 2 invasions, 2 burned capitals, and the longest peaceful border on Earth.
Natural conflict, mutual love. It's been there since 1776, Earl. We just spent 250 years growing into the second half of it.
Do the honors, Beau. It's my birthday. It should be your toast.
To the United States of America, 250 years young. Happy birthday from the country your birthday helped build. We wouldn't be us without you, and I mean that in every possible way.
To the neighbors, both flags. That's border coffee.
That's border coffee.